Employees. Who, what, where, why, and when. Welcome to the Detailers Business Academy. I'm Ivan LaCroix, and we're here to discuss how to take you from detailer to entrepreneur. If you like what you see in these videos, please consider subscribing, even hitting that notification bell. And if you have any questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas, I'm always here to answer. Now, employees. A lot of people resist having employees. They resist having employees because an employee will never be as good as I am. An employee will never be able to polish like I do. An employee will never have the attention to detail I have. Well, sorry to burst your bubble, but an employee is only as good as you make them. If you want your employee to be a better polisher than you are, it can be done. If you want your employee to be a better detailer than you are, it's easy to do. You just have to teach them and train them and hire the right person. Now, how do we hire the right person? There's a lot of applications out there. There's a lot of things like Indeed, etc., that help you find the right people. One of the best ways of finding the right people is paying for the right people. Now, a lot of detailers go it's only an assistant, it's only someone helping me wash the cars, I'm going to pay them minimum wage. Well, when you pay minimum wage, you get minimum wage results. You get people that aren't passionate about what they're doing. You're competing with Walmart. You're competing with McDonald's for staff. Have you ever really been impressed by the customer service you get at Walmart? Probably not. Now, of course, there are great people at Walmart, but a lot of them are just there biding their time. They're there because it's a job. And if you're offering a job, don't expect to get great people. Don't expect to keep people. You need to offer a career. Now, when you offer a career, you get career people. And career people tend to stay, tend to grow, tend to improve. I've always said you get a lot better work and much more work out of one $20 an hour employee than you do out of two $10 an hour employees. Sure, you've got two bodies doing work, but are they doing good work? Are you having to go back behind them and fix that work? Are you having to do it again and again and again and constantly teaching? And worst case, always replacing them because at $10 an hour, they're leaving. They're not sticking around. Always having to start over is costing you a lot more than paying someone a decent wage. Now, speaking of paying someone a decent wage, what is a decent wage in your area? You have to look at that. You have to consider that. If your employee can't afford to drive a car, can't afford to buy a house, or live in the same sort of lifestyle that you do, you're not paying your employee enough. Now, of course, as you get better as an entrepreneur, your income will grow significantly. And your employees should follow, maybe not at the same rate, but you want your employees to be able to enjoy their life. You don't want them stressing about money every day. You don't want them thinking that I need to get a second job. No, you're giving them a career. Now, a career has a step, has ladders. A career has a vision. And if the only option that your employee has is, yeah, I'm helping them wash cars, they're not going to stay for long and they're not going to be motivated. On the other hand, if you have a very significant and visible career path for them, they'll want to climb that ladder. When there's another rung above you, you always want to see what the view is from that rung. You want to grow. You want to climb that ladder. So when you start people, don't try to teach them everything. Start with the wash bay, and then maybe move them up to interiors, and then polishing, and then coating application, then sales, then eventually floor manager, because you're going to have more employees, then shop manager, and at the end, sell them the business. Yes, that is one of your eventual goals, is selling the business. Now, you can groom an employee to become a business owner, a partner, all sorts of things. Keeping an employee is a simple thing. Treat them with respect. Find out what they want. Not everyone is motivated by money. There are other motivators in life. Some people, it's time off. Some people, it's hours. Some people, it's how they're treated. And again, if you're treating your employee like a lackey, like a disposable item, you're not going to keep them for long. they're not going to respect you because you don't respect them. Now, another very important part of employees is making their life simple. Not everyone wants to take your place. Not everyone wants to be an entrepreneur. Some people love the fact that they can walk away at 5 o'clock and leave everything behind. Go home, play with the kids, have fun, and not have to think about it. Because as an entrepreneur, we're working on our business pretty much 24/7. But as an employee, you can start at 8, finish at 5, and not even think about it anymore. And that is a great luxury in life sometimes. So, that being said, how do we motivate our employees? Well, motivation, as I mentioned before, can come in a lot of different forms. Money is one of them. Now, money isn't necessarily a motivator, but money removes the employee's worries. The other thing that you can do is organize your shop. I've been to many, many shops, and there's a shelf, or shelves, or cabinets full of products. As an employee, that's a daunting thing. That requires them to do something they don't want to do, and that is make a decision. If you tell your employee, go put a coating on that car, what coating are they going to use? Do you have 15 coatings in your cabinet? Well, your employee won't know which one you want. Now, clear, concise communication is one thing. Having written work orders, again, you're taking a lot of stress away from your employee. By taking stress away from your employee, you're making them happier. The other item, again, is the less products your employee has to decide which one they're going to use, because you have multiples of each, will make their life a lot easier. Going to make it simpler for them, and they're going to be happier because they have less chances of making mistakes. The simpler you make things for them, the easier it is, the happier they will be. And the happier they are, the better they work. The better they work, the happier you are. And it's a rotating wheel. It's a catch-22, but in the positive way. Now, make life confusing for them. Don't give them a work order. Have them choose between multiple products. Don't be clear in your communication. And you will not have a happy employee. You won't have an employee that will celebrate 10 years with you or 20 years with you. You'll have a constantly rotating door of people coming in and out that you have to start over and again and again and again and again and again and train. Now, another thing is, as detailing business owners, we see it a lot. In the Facebook groups, used to be on the forums, people talking about the grind and being proud of working 60, 70, 80-hour weeks. Well, as an entrepreneur, if you want to do that to yourself, go ahead, but not a good idea. As an employee, they're an employee for a reason. They're not an entrepreneur for a reason. As I mentioned before, they like to walk away, but they like to walk away every day at a constant hour. Overtime shouldn't exist. If you are not able to plan your schedule accordingly, then either you need to take less jobs or hire more employees. It's not up to your employee to make sacrifices for your lack of being able to schedule. It's not their fault. And when it's not their fault, and they're forced to take responsibility of it, they're not happy. And they leave. Now, sometimes employees, it's time for them to leave. And firing employees is never a good day. But you have to look at it this way. First of all, when it's time to go, it's time to go. Don't try to stretch it out. Don't try to, I'll try to make it better. No, it's not going to happen. When they're not compatible with you, when they're not compatible with your customers or your business, it's time to let them go. And you're actually doing them a favor. You're allowing them to move on to something that they'll actually like. Because when an employee isn't doing the job right, isn't satisfied or isn't satisfying you, it's because they're not satisfied. If they really enjoy what they're doing, they're going to do their best at it. You know, nobody goes to work in the morning saying, I'm going to screw a car up today. Well, sometimes that happens with an employee. And sometimes it happens again and again and again and again. And that's because of you. You're the entrepreneur. It's your business. It's up to you to train them properly. It's up to you to support them properly. It's up to you to motivate them properly. It's all on your shoulders. So don't blame an employee when you should be looking in the mirror, pointing at yourself. Again, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas, I'm always happy to answer. Have a great day.